Hey guys, I hope y'all are doing well. Hey, I got a copyright strike for that fucking jazz video that I showed from 1938. And apparently, the copyright owner is like Watch TV, but the A in Watch is the number 4. I'm pretty sure that they didn't exist in 1938, so I challenged it, and when it asked for my signature, I said, eat shit, faggot. So I don't know who's going around like being like, I own this video. No, you don't. That fucking shit's almost 100 years old. Nobody owns it. Everybody involved in it is dead. You don't own jack shit. Your company didn't even exist when that fucking footage was filmed. You can go fuck yourselves. I'm so sick of copyright nonsense because, on one hand, it reminds me more of like the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Like you want to cover other creatives and stuff from getting screwed over, but at the same time, we've got companies like WB who are just throwing away uh, good IPs and stuff and just locking stuff away. Like nobody's able to do anything with it at all. Um, for instance, like that Looney Tunes movie I saw, they were gonna write that off as a tax write off and just completely delete the whole fucking thing. But one studio actually bought it. Like, why is WB getting rid of Looney Tunes? Did you guys even see, like, they're even taking all the old Looney Tunes shit off of Hulu? Which my wife is gonna be pissed because she watches those. She gets high in her fucking corner with her TV. Because I got her a little fucking rat's nest set up in there for her where she's got like a swing mount TV and she sits on her Chase Lounger with her fuzzy blankets and stuff. It's really cute. But she'll sit there and get high and watch fucking Looney Tunes cartoons on HBO Max or whatever. And it is so absurd to see companies just absolutely ruin IPs and shit like that. And it's not even somebody who has any respect for the property either. So I don't know. Every day I live, I'm getting closer and closer to being like, copyright is such a fucking horseshit thing. All it does is stagnate everything because really in art, it's all about capitalism for the most part. It's like whatever's good is going to sell. So when you have all these copyrights, it's like you're not letting competition really thrive because there could be somebody making better Batman comics than the fucking horse shit that DC is trying to put out. Hell, let them try to do it. And if they start making more money, then let the market decide what it wants. Don't let fucking lawyers and shit. I don't know. Just the more I think about it, the more just absurd the whole idea of copyright and shit is. It's like, yeah, it protects people, but it also lets the world stagnate. Like, when I create a piece of art, if you can even call it that, I don't consider I own it after it's been released into the world. Like, the world owns it at that point. Any kind of story, like, could you imagine if we were copywriting fucking spoken word stories and shit like that? Like, you couldn't say this one story because fucking caveman Jack over there is like, oh, I've got the copyright on telling that story around the campfire. It's just so fucking absurd. It really honestly serves no purpose because who does it protect? It certainly does not protect creators because like how many more news stories do we have to hear about like people not getting paid their fucking royalties and shit like that for Marvel or DC or any other entity? The only person who gets paid for this shit is always people who had nothing to do with it. And that's kind of disgusting to me. I mean, honestly, if it were up to me, if I was like, okay, Skinny, you have two options. Either somebody else can make money on it or the whole world can have it. And I'm like, oh, let the world have it, bro. Nobody else needs to make money off my shit. I don't know. It really bothers me to the core when I see essentially companies wiping their ass with their heritage, what got them where they are. They have forgotten the faces of their fathers. That's for damn sure. That's why I'm never gonna strike anybody. If anybody wants to show my entire fucking comic book on fucking video or they want to upload it to Pirate Bay, you have my 100% approval on that. Pirate the shit out of it. I'm not even going to consider it piracy because you own it, man. It belongs to the world. If you want to buy a physical copy that takes production and stuff like that costs, and you want to get it that way, then you're more than free to pay for it. But if you just want to enjoy it, you can. And if you want to do fan art, if you want to do your own little fucking spin off of it, by all means, go ahead. I love creativity. I love seeing people come up with ideas that I hadn't even considered. It's one of my favorite things about talking to somebody about who actually reads my books is because I love hearing their little kind of ideas and theories. And it's not because I'm chuckling in the back of my head like, oh, these motherfuckers are wrong. It's like, man, I hadn't even thought of that. I might kind of roll with that now. Like, like, I don't know. It's just nice when you get to see people kind of have their own interpretations of something. And it's not even anything that you intended. And that is just surprising in of itself. But yeah, I mean, art, I don't know. I don't really think anybody can own art. But yeah, so, copyright infringement, ho. Because if it's, if all these copyright laws and shit like that actually protected creatives, then why are all the top people so uncreative? I mean, why are we living in a world where we're fed the same stagnant bullshit that's been recycled 20 times over? Why is Disney sitting on all these different fucking IPs and all this other fucking shit, but the only thing they can think to do is do another live action adaptation of one of their older movies? That is not even objectively worse. It just, they're always worse than the original. It always happens. There's no point in time where the live action is better than the original. I mean, I didn't even like that Jungle Book movie. I'm not talking about the newer one. They had another one that they came out that was live action. I didn't really care too much for it. Who was it? Fucking that Lou Diamond Phillips guy? Fucking kind of Asian looking Indian dude. He was in what was it, Young Guns? And he was in La 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 Bamba. Anyways, we're gonna play some games. This stuff gets real nasty in there, unlike the other ones. Maybe I need to pull up the YouTubes. Should probably double check that you guys can hear the game too. Yeah, you can. What the fuck? There we go. Sorry. I'm getting to it. It just takes me a moment. This phone's in piece of shit. Ooh, let's turn down that. Sensitivity a little bit. There we go. I don't need to break my neck. What am I doing here? Oh man, I don't like that shit. Settings, display, depth of field. I don't like that shit at all. Burn, baby, burn. Skeletor Inferno. Alright. Let's see. Ooh, that looks nice. And bright. Meat is life. Even the Ash people who were populating this world before us knew that. Each time they killed an enemy in battle, they tore out the liver and heart of the fallen and ate them together with their family. By doing so, just as everyone knows, the strength of the beaten enemy is passed on. But as we are living in a time which eating fellows is nonsensically seen as barbaric, we, the friends of the bloody meat, have to settle for animal sources. Okay. That's a bit weird. Hey Dave, how you doing, man? Still unsure about the whole job situation. I gotta go in tomorrow though. This HR folks got held up with a bunch of meetings and stuff, I guess. I'll tell you about it later if you want me to. It's so stupid though, man. It's just... Oh, that's the same fuck. Can I take the doll? Oh, oh. Is the doll a cannibal? Is it a can of doll? I hope that Looney Tunes movie comes out to streaming once it comes out of theaters so you can catch it, Dave. I think you'd really like it. It pretty much felt like it came out of the 90s almost. Which I think is like the peak of animation from both Warner Brothers and Disney.
Oh, hey there. I didn't see you coming. So, how did it go? Did you find it? Where are we? We're at home, silly. Where else would we be? Just mommy, sister, you and me. Now tell me, how did it go? Did you find it? No? Pity. Maybe you're simply looking in the wrong places. Did you ever think of that? Oh well, who knows? Say, why don't you go inside and see if you can help Mommy with the cooking? The Creator was kind to us today and sent a big fat elk right in front of my bow. All right?
We could have chicken, Daddy. That one looked at me funny. Who doesn't know that you are looking forward to a nice crispy piece of meat after a hard day of work, but your useless child who you instructed to cook it gives you a charged something instead? You castigate them, but the problem stays the same. You are hungry, which means that there is no other way than doing it yourself. Walk to the fireplace, cut out a big bloody chunk of the animal, and throw it into the kettle. And lo and behold, slowly the pleasant smell of burned life reaches you nostrils. Is there anything better than that? I don't think so. Okay. Alright. Nice crispy piece of meat. Taking all the books. I don't want to take all the books. I don't have the patience for that. I changed my mind. I'm not picking up all the books. Yeah. No wine for you, Dad. I'm taking it.
I totally forgot what a mess I left here. But I was right, wasn't I? A real gem we've got here. Well then, let's waste no more time and get to it, shall we? What? Now would you look at that? I totally forgot about them. They're dead, don't you remember? You murdered them back then, both of them. But hey, no use crying over spilled milk, right? At least this means there's more meat for the two of us. You still remember how to do this, right? First, off with the skin. Slice up the belly, then out with the entrails. I'll look for a nice sharp knife in the meantime to cut off the head. I don't think either of us wants to eat that, do we? Oh, silly, what's this again? We both know that's a lie. You did it. I remember it all. First, you set this horrible fire to your sister's crib. She screamed and screamed, and Mommy heard it, but when she finally got there, nothing was left of her but burnt flesh. And, oh gosh, do we really need to go through this again? You know how sad it makes me when you do this. You killed them, period. No matter how often you tell me you didn't, it changes nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Now please, let's start cooking. I'm so bloody damn hungry. Oh, by the Creator's name, why are you telling these lies? Isn't it enough that you murdered us? Do you really have to bother me over and over with your stupid, pathetic, and pointless whining? You know, sometimes I wish the Creator would have made me just a little less merciful. Just a little less pious. Because then I would have realized that you were tainted by sin long before any of this had ever happened. And instead of raising you, feeding you, and loving you like a father does, I would have put you in the horse trough right after you were born. Yes, I should have killed you. I should have just killed you. Just like you killed us. And now, you think you're safe because we're all under the earth, don't you? Well, listen up, my child. You are wrong. And do you know why? Because the dead don't forget. Do you hear me? The dead don't forget. Now enough of this useless chatter. I'm bloody starving. Bring me the meat, you spoiled brat. Bring it to me. Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat. 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 Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat.
Let's begin with a question. It might sound simple to you at first, but I pray you to think about it. What distinguishes a free man from a slave? For now, however, let us start this story where another one ended 3 years ago, with the death of the Lightborn. For 4,000 years they had reigned over this world, 7 arcanists who, through their magic, had acquired eternal life. In a time of chaos, they gave mankind what they thought it needed most. They ruled over with an ironclad, fair hand. Within just 1 century, they united the shattered lands, and a single century later, their human origin was forgotten. They became gods, or Lightborn, as they let themselves be worshipped as. Yet the longer they reigned, the louder the voices grew that accused them of tyranny. The loudest being that of Naranzul Aranthio. And he succeeded in achieving what was once thought impossible. He gathered an army, overturned the Lightborn, and gave back freedom to mankind. However, the price for this was high, because where there are gaps of power, fights erupt. As such, this world grew into what it is today. Shattered, riven, and broken into pieces. But all of this was merely a diversion, so that no one would notice something else. The death of the Lightborn had set something into motion, a clockwork, having long stood still. Its gears now once again slowly began to turn. This is the story of someone who wanted to be free.
Or what? Well, sorry. That was a bit harsh. I'm just nervous, that's all. It was that dream again, wasn't it? Uh-huh. Seriously, if we had a penny for every night since we met where you woke up screaming, we'd probably be traveling to Enderal in our own starship and... well, not like this. Some things never change, I guess. Do you ever ask yourself if maybe you blame yourself for all of this? For what happened to your family, I mean? None, you're right. But... who knows? Maybe everything is gonna be different now. It's strange, isn't it? The way life sometimes goes. Now, if you had told me that a few weeks ago, I would have at the very least called you insane. But if the stories are true, there's no better place for a fresh start. Can you believe it? Apparently there aren't even any slaves on Enderal. It's amazing. Only this whole blind passenger thing is making my head ache.
This is Orion spell. Hold on, bro. Serious? 9-pound. This is the one. What is this one? Cereal milk card. Are we in a disco?
We're talking about 500 pennies here. Even if we're able to find a job over there, we will still need the money for ourselves. Don't fool yourself. What we're doing here is theft. Unfortunately. But anyway, what's done is done. I just hope the Andralians are easier on Outlanders than the Neramis are. Your mother was a fugitive as well, wasn't she? Where exactly did she come from? You've told me 100 times, but I just keep on forgetting it.
Yes, please. That looks good. I'm not going to be looking at the character. Fuck.
Ah, Kilay. She fled from that civil war the Black Crescent caused, didn't she? Ironic, isn't it? Seems some parents pass on their fates to their children. Anyway. Whew, I'm gonna hit the hay for an hour or so. It's your turn to stand. Wait. You hear that? Shit. Someone's coming.
Nowadays, just want a man to guard them anymore. That's the problem. I tell you, sometimes I long for the good old days, back when I could lift a skirt and nobody would bat an eye. Anyway, enough of that chat. Now, where did I put that key?
Oh, blazes, what do they want down here? The lamp! Quickly! Put out the lamp! Good. Now, quiet.
Ah, here we go. Bah, smells like Vaughtier's balls down here. Say now, what's that chest supposed to look like?
Small, with the crest of the Blue Island Coalition on it, I think.
Ah, yeah, right. Black Guardian knows what the captain wants it for this shortly before arriving. You go look upstairs. I'll see if I can find it down here.
Okay.
Oh, shit. They don't leave us any choice. We need to do something quick. You take on the old guy, I'll take the young one. Go!
Someone's there.
Throw a hook to the face! Come on, dodge! You can do it!
I think he got it.
Fucking piece of shit. Don't regret this.
You do it. I don't want to do it.
Oh. Don't regret this. Don't regret this.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That wasn't part of the plan. Not at all. Oh, what in blazes are we going to do now? After we've beaten up 2 of their sailors? Oh, great idea. Really. Especially considering what they say about this captain of theirs. What do they call her? The Blood Siren? No, that won't work. Damn it. Damn it! Tie them up. Yes, that's it. We need to tie them up and gag them. One of them said it's not much longer until we arrive. With a little luck, no one will notice they're gone until then. Come on. Help me search. There must be a rope or something. I thought we were over the hump when we made it on board. It just can't ever be easy, can it?
Poor lost souls. The probabilities have turned against you.
What the? Who are you?
You are confused by my sudden appearance. But my identity is irrelevant, as are you, dear Sirius. Unfortunately.
What? Oh shit, please don't tell anyone we're down here, please. We didn't mean any harm. These guys were just...
You ask that I not reveal you, for your intentions are not evil. And I believe you, but sadly, it's not compassion that rules my deeds. The first beat of a wing must happen. It is the only way the probabilities will fall into place. This is the way it has to be. The way it has been for eons. I am sorry.
What the? Oh no! No! What are you doing? Please! Just don't leave! We just wanted to...
After we had left Ostin, the 2 of you hid in the cargo and lived on our stocks. Then when Rick and Sebald found you, you gave them a beating. And all of a sudden, a veiled woman appeared and knocked you out with wild magic. Is that about it?
Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Please, my dame, we didn't have a choice. You've got to believe us, the war, we just wanted a second chance, that's all.
A second chance. Yes, I think I understand you. You wanted to start a new life in a new land. And as my ship is one of the only ships still sailing the route since the wars, you were simply forced to board without paying.
Yes, we could work for you, you know? We could scrub the deck, peel potatoes.
anything to pay off our debt. And as soon as we've arrived...
Heartbreaking. How truly, truly heartbreaking. But let's be honest. You did have a choice. You could have signed on like all the others did, but you didn't. Instead, you've nested on my ship like flesh maggots, enjoying the good life while my crew actually had to earn their keep. And now you're feeding me this bullshit about veiled women and wild magic? How stupid do you think I am? I know your kind. You are cutthroats, filchers. At least have the guts to admit it.
What? No. You're wrong. Please, just let me explain. I
don't give a shit for your explanations. If there's one thing I hate more than cowards, it's people trying to pluck my heartstrings. You two are scum. And there's only one kind of punishment for scum on my ship. Pull him up, Ruger.
But Captain, they...
Do it.
Of course, Captain. I'm sorry, lad. You should have stayed in their room.
But... You can't do this.
Oh, believe me, I can.
No.
Oh, well, look at that. Someone's woken up. Rise and shine. Tie him and his friend together and feed them to the fish. Good luck in your new life, friend.
Tell me, what is time to the dead dreaming anyway?
So many people just talk, and
How
never...
does it feel to be powerless?
This is about your damn pride, Tina.
I know I'm not real. At least not according to your definition.
I know damn well I'm doing.
It's just... There was nothing I could do.
This isn't happening. But then again,
This just isn't happening.
What is reality anyway?
Selfish fool!
looking for? Nothing in there. I'm gonna interact with that. What is going on here? I'm lost already. Was I supposed to pick something up that I didn't? Oh, it's like fucking way up here, I think. Thanks, asshole. I don't like spider webs, man. I don't like spiders either. I don't have arachnophobia, I just don't care for them. They're just too creepy for their own good. Found the key to the temple. So this one was a dead end. I thought that way would keep going. Oh, I need learning points for those. Okay. What's down here? Anything good? I don't see anything in. Also looking for those blue mushrooms, white ice claws or whatever. I almost called them a white claw. See if I can pick up these guys. I cannot. Oh, that's a fucking tease. I think I need to die. So I think I need to be going through that door there. Here you go. So that's the door out. I didn't see those coins. They kind of blend in. Oh, wait, finally give me a torch. So, like, working my way out. I need to get up there. I'm just like trying to get up there. Is that the door? No, I don't think so. No way to even jump up here. Just working my magic. I know y'all think I'm like, I'm just getting a feel for things. That feels like that limb right there is keeping jumping up stuff. So that's everything I need out of here. So I can avoid the trap. Go this way. Oh, there's something. Right in Hooper. Fuck around and find out, Poppers. I killed two though. Oh, hold on one sec. Right here just kind of looks like a rock. Okay. Wait, who's attacking me? White Claw. Where's that asshole? Oh, I thought I did like a school thing where it's like, I just favorite one.
Now, would you look at that? I knew I'd seen someone scrambling in the mountains. What brings you here, my sir? Who am I? Finn Delires, apothecarius by my path. Pleased to meet you. And you are at Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. Where are you from? But wait, don't tell me. I know that accent. Nerim, isn't it?
There we go. Everything's locked up. At least for the night we should.
Wait a second. Who's that?
Just an adventurer on his way. No reason to worry.
No reason to worry? For heck's sake, Finn. How do you know that this guy isn't with the bandits? You said you'd call me
like
if anyone
fucking
showed
or
up.
something?
And now you're standing here, having a chat with him as if this were the bathing house of Ark.
Lo and behold, we are still alive. Now, is there anything else, Carbos?
I've got my eye on you. Touch any of our stuff, and you'll regret it. Unbelievable.
May I present Carbos, as he lives and breathes. Sorry about that just now. That's just how he is. In any case, if you don't need any more help, I'd suggest you move on. Follow the way east behind the dam house. It'll lead you to a village called Riverville. Ah, here, take this. Truth be told, you don't look so healthy. Your eyes. Well, whatever. There's something peculiar about you. I don't know how else to say it. I would examine you myself, but we don't have the right equipment with us. So if I were you, I'd ask a priest in Riverville to have a look at you. Who knows? Maybe you caught something in that temple.
Yeah, maybe I got the clap in there.
Us? Oh, nothing spectacular, I'm afraid. We gather herbs, but tomorrow we're going back north, to League. You should stop by one day if you're in the area. Someone who scours period ruins and survives could surely be useful to the apothecary and help us find some things.
Oh yeah. Maybe I can find you guys like
Yeah,
better place
why
to
not?
stay.
Show me what you've got. Maybe I have some things you can use. Yeah, why not? Show me what you've got. Maybe I have some things you can use.
Maybe you do. Well, fuck you, bro, because that's what's gonna cure me. All about that.
Well, what can I... And, well, that's pretty much it. I think you should ask the people in Riverville if you want to know more. They certainly have some stories to tell. To an adventurer? If you ask me, what you need before you adventure anywhere is some good old-fashioned shut-eye. But yes, there are some places. The Three River Watch, for example, right there below the stone arch. It was once an old trading post, but now it's full of shady characters. Ah, and there's also a big Pyrian ruin south of it. By the Black Guardian, you really are an outlander, aren't you? My path is... well, it's just me path. My role designated to me by Malthus. A kind of calling, if you will. Not exactly. Malthus designates our place in society. Generally the same one our fathers and forefathers occupied. I walk the path of the erudites. And there's also the manufacturers, the sublimes, and, of course, the pathless. Within these roles, we are free to choose a profession, but certain vocations that are available to an erudite are not permitted to a manufacturer, which is one path below. However, below does not mean that it is in any way inferior. Everyone on Enderal does what they do best. And who would know better than the gods what exactly that is? And over here, there's a rumor that the Golden Queen has a weakness for men in gowns. Seriously, be careful with that kind of gossip. I know you don't mean any harm, but there are a few who might consider it heresy. Men or women who have never received the path consecration, or those who have broken their path. Brigands, glimmer dust smugglers, murderers, well, you know. In the folly of my youth, I might have thought about it, yes. But then I realized that half of what goes wrong in this world has to do with the desire to advance. I am interested in living the righteous path and to contribute to the preservation of my people. That's enough for me, and only the faithful will be granted the eternal paths upon death. Well, I didn't come up with it. Don't mention it. I wish you a quick recovery and safe roads. Walk blessed. Carbos, do we need the still tomorrow? Or can I clean all the tools?
Blazes, Finn, I'm playing. Don't bother me.
I guess that means no. By the righteous path? What happened to you? You look as if you've met the Black Guardian himself. Fever? Well, there could be many causes. Wait a moment. I think I still have some grunt. Take a seat at the fire. The warmth might help you.
now we're brewing potions for complete strangers.
Well, if the strangers are about to die of fever, then yes. There was that oath we swore once, remember? To help the afflicted, to...
Whatever.
Thank you. Gruntrudes, Gruntrudes. Ah, here we go. So, let's see. Sheer cap, some water. Ha! Done. I can't make any promises, but...
Finn! The still!
Do something, damn it! Do something! Oh, no! Oh, sod it.
Do I really have to watch every step you take? That was a fucking close call.
Hey, I'm sorry, all right. We'll pick up a new one in Ark.
Yeah, and you're paying for it. Here I thought this bloody day couldn't get any worse.
This day isn't getting any better. Here, drink this. It'll help you. See, you already look a lot better. Still, you should let a priest take a look at that fever as soon as possible. The grunt root potion will wane in a few days. What? You mean the still? Bad quality and too much heat, I'd wager. But, whatever will be, will be. Explosion? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Finn Dalaris died in 8234. Cause of death, exploding still.
Ha ha. Look, I really don't know what you're talking about. Maybe...
Wait a second. What was that? I could have sworn I saw something moving over there. Oh, shit!
What the? Carbos!
They've hit me, Finn. Those bastards. They've hit me.
Carbos, do something, damn it!
Now look at that. Our mysterious survivor has awoken. Jaspar Matumiel Delveric. Jaspar for short. And you, my friend, are at my very own campsite. Before you ask, yes, the bandits killed both of the apothecary. The only reason you're still alive is that the impact of the explosion threw you right into the thicket. Most of your injuries are only superficial, but your fever, well, that's a different story. I was on the perimeter, and no, I didn't help for two reasons. One, I was outnumbered. Two, I'm quite fond of my entrails. I wish I had a more heroic answer, but I don't. Sorry. Quite a lot, actually. You're suffering from Arcanist's fever. Honestly, I'm surprised the old apothecarius didn't see that. Let me guess, you're suddenly capable of doing things you previously knew only from the bard songs, right? You're unusually strong, you have reflexes like a cat, and drinking potions or any kind of magically infused substance leaves a bitter afterglow in your head. Well then, congratulations. Your magical talent just blossomed. A bit late, given your age, but it happens. Put simply, the fever is a result of your body not being able to cope with it. It's not much of a problem for now, but if you don't let an Arcanist treat you sometime soon, things are going to get grim. Contain it, not cure it. From here on out, you're always going to be a little more sensitive than someone without magical gifts. But that's tolerable compared to what your magic will allow you to do. Prone to certain conditions. As I said, your fever will get worse if you drink healing potions. But you'll also be a lot more susceptible to nightmares and those kinds of things. Also, you should be very cautious of areas with magical contamination. such as Thalgard in the east. Well, there's ambrosia, but for an uncontained fever, it'll only postpone the symptoms. Later, you can drink it whenever the fever gets worse. The stuff looks and tastes like undead sweat, and is bloody expensive, but it's the only thing that really helps. You have visions? Not that I know of. The only visions I've ever had are those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed. You know what? As I said, someone needs to contain your fever as soon as possible. And as it happens, I know people. But in return, I want you to tell me everything. What did you do in that temple? And what's the story with those visions? I can't put my finger on it, but there's something strange about you, and that intrigues me. What do you say? Well, then, the stage is yours. I see. My condolences for your loss. So, let me summarize. You somehow survived getting thrown into the open sea, and while you were half dead, had this dream in which you saw burnt bodies and a blinding light? Huh. And you also said that your magic didn't develop gradually, as it usually does, but all at once, right? Well, that's quite the story. I guess you know how absurd it sounds, but for some reason, I believe you. I've met a lot of liars in my life, and you aren't one of them. All right, it's settled then. I'll introduce you to my employer and ask him to treat you. Before we leave, however, there's something else I need to take care of, and I could use a hand. The sooner we get that done, the sooner we can make for Ark. Well, aren't you curious? I work for the Holy Order. Yeah, but they're more than just a military unit here. Enderal belongs to Malphas, the Guardian God, and the Order answers directly to him. In other words, they're calling the shots here. No king, no queen, no council, just an order of noble warriors always looking so stern and joyless that you might think they're struggling with constipation. Up to you. But without me accompanying you, the guards won't let you into the Sun Temple in Ark. And that's the only place you can get your fever treated. Ark? The capital of this country? Walls high as towers of iron-hard stone rest alone in the mountains in granite enthroned. Never decaying, the ages surveying, guarded by Malphas, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth.
Just hanging out, playing some video games. I got the day off of work because I don't want to go into details, but there's some shenanigans where I had a supervisor basically make shit up to get on to me for, and I called him on it. I even requested the video footage because I know there's cameras everywhere. Like, I don't know. I find it incredibly insulting that somebody, of all things, would bring my work ethic into question, because that's the one thing I've never had a complaint about. Because I'm really OCD. But yeah, so I got the day off for that. I gotta go back in tomorrow and meet with HR to discuss.
Splendid. You'll need some
things,
information before you can help me, though. I take it the fact that Vin has seen better times hasn't eluded your attention, has it? For the last 2 years, there have been wars and unrest everywhere. And even though in Enderal
I've already had a bunch of shit going on with this particular individual where I've had to already file a few reports. He's just,
dead, awakening in hordes.
for whatever reason, this guy hates me. I don't know why.
The strangest thing,
And he just
however,
has
is
it
the
out
Red
for me,
Madness.
and he makes an effort to give me a hard time and all this other stuff. And I've already had, like I said, I've already had numerous complaints filed with HR about it. And this isn't just me being like a worker, like my boss got on to me and told me to work. No, this is like really crazy shit where like this dude just comes at you super aggressive and shit like that. And he's always throwing people under the bus too. And I ended up transferring out of the department where he was over me because I knew that I was just another patsy. Like, he just throws people under the bus left and right. And I didn't want to get blamed for any shenanigans. Only my shenanigans. Anyways, I had an issue with him yesterday where I guess he claimed that I didn't do my job and close up shop. And then when I challenged him on it, it changed from me not doing anything to I didn't clean enough or something like that. The guy's kind of stupid too, so I'm pretty sure he didn't even think that there's cameras everywhere, even though it's pretty fucking obvious there's cameras everywhere. So, I mean, my ass is covered. I mean, I'm on camera doing my fucking job. I mean, I think the worst they could get on to me is going out to my car for a few minutes to take my medication, but, you know, that's the worst thing they could say to me. I'm actually a really good worker, so I don't have anything to worry about them catching me doing. I work like Jesus is watching me. But yeah, so I was supposed to get with him today, but I guess the HR people had a bunch of other meetings and stuff.
Rumors. I've heard them too.
So we'll
see. I could indeed imagine that they're true, and that there's a connection, yes.
It's just really retarded, because, like, I'm just going into work and trying to do my own thing and mind my own business. I'm not the aggressor by any means. I haven't been mean to the guy or rude to him or anything like that. I've even said hey to him when I see him and shit like that. And I just kind of politely avoid him, you know, if that makes any sense. Like, even when I transferred departments, they asked me why. I said there's just a clash of personalities. It's like there's just no way. It's like mixing water and oil. I can already tell it's not going to work. And I reiterated, I'm like, it's nothing negative. It's just a difference of personalities, and we just clash too much. But yeah, so I don't know. I even transferred out of the department to like get out from underneath the thumb and shit. So I've taken all the steps that you're supposed to take when you have issues with somebody. I have gotten with my supervisor, so it's all recorded. There's a huge paper trail. Let's see. I had managers tell me he hoped my baby came out with Downs in front of 3 people, called HR, and they didn't do shit. And 2 weeks later, he was changing a 33K lumen with the vest and face shield and lost his whole right eyeball. Oh, Jesus. Well, you know, karma's a bitch, bro. I don't wish anything bad on people, but when you put a lot of negative shit into the universe, you can't be surprised when it comes back on you. That's why I have a really hard time with people who think so negatively about, like, the Palestinians and stuff like that. You're like, some people are like, well, they're, you know, doing terrorist stuff. I'm like, yeah, but their home is getting invaded, and they keep getting driven into smaller and smaller sections. Like, what the fuck you expect people? I'm not saying they're right by any means, but I don't know. I mean, you keep pushing people eventually they're gonna break and start, you know, blowing shit up. Is what I'm saying. Maybe they should have had a two-state solution a long time ago.
As I said, maybe. If you ask me, the Lightborn were never more than
Personally, in
imposters
my
anyway.
opinion, I
False
think we
gods.
should just take the area, like evacuate of all people, and just like drop a couple of nukes on it, and then just irradiate the entire part of that globe for like the next 500 years, and be like, nobody can have it now. Y'all all need to cool your shit. Take the green pill and you realize everything is a troll. Everything kind of is a troll. I don't know. That shit with work, I brought it up with my doctor too, because like they've been really confused about why I have the health conditions that I do. Like I had pancreatitis last year that came about, and recently I came down with duodenitis, which is like that first portion of intestines after your stomach. Apparently that like got inflamed either from ulcers or a bacterial infection or something, but they're more leaning towards ulcers right now, but I can't see the GI until fucking May. And that's as soon as they can see me, so. But the doctor did say, like, stress is a big fucking cause of the bullshit going on inside my body. And I'm asking them, I'm like, hey, you know, do you think things like this would cause this level of stress? And if it does, what do I do about it? Like, because I can't, like, work and slowly kill myself. I mean, I would like to work. I honestly love my job. I really do. I know some people probably hear that and they think he's full of shit, but my job's pretty cool, man. I don't want to go into details about what I do, but it's pretty labor intensive and stuff, but it keeps me busy, and I like a lot of the people that I work with. There's only 2 people there that I don't like, and they're the people that I'm having issues with because they're faggots. You play Phasmophobia? Kinda, yeah. Phasmophobia's okay. I mean, I like it. It just got boring really quick.
Seriously, say
for me.
No. Light.
Sorry.
I hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Because, like, I honestly prefer that there's another game called Ghost Exorcism, Inc. that I like far more, because it's basically like Phasmophobia, where you go in and you do your investigation to figure out what kind of spirit you're dealing with. But in Ghost Exorcism, Inc., you take it a step further and actually, like, exorcise the ghost from the property afterwards. That's another objective. Like, I really like Phasmophobia, but it always felt anticlimactic to just be like, oh, it's a demon, and then you just, like, get in the van and leave. It's like, you're not gonna, like, throw holy water at it or anything. I mean, I don't mean to shit on Phasmophobia. It's just, it always felt like it was missing something. And that Ghost Exorcism game really kind of filled that niche for me, because they even give you a gun that feels like the fucking Ghostbusters, the Neutron. Here, I'll show you. I don't know. I don't think I have it installed, though.
Splendid. You never know, but we digress. Yeah. It's some kind of...
Can we,
he was
like,
drunk.
get out of this conversation?
Now, you might say that the fact that the afflicted thing is, some weeks ago, a teacher who instructs the novices is, well, he gave a strange kind... And his
I'm
eyes started
stuck in a
glowing,
conversation and I don't know
blew
how to
himself
get
up
out
in a
of it.
magical explosion.
That's
Yes,
horrible.
It is. My specialty, and the order hired, and thus, if there's something like a pact, doesn't matter. What I want your help with is finding clues.
They really like the
Great.
sound of this guy's
First of
voice.
all, I want you to. Secondly, I myself. And here. So.
I don't blame him. He's
meet
got
me
a
at the
nice
farm when you're
voice. He's a very engageable character. He's very likable.
Huh?
Probably because he looks like Skinny. Is that a pumpkin? Alright.
Huh?
Quick saving, okay. This isn't Skyrim, this is actually, a game, that was a game called, Enderal, which is basically, it was made by modding the shit out of Skyrim, but it has its own standalone thing on, Steam. Let's see, no, I don't have Ghost Exorcism installed. Where would it be? It'd be in the Sweet Pea section, because that's the one that I play with my wife. Which she's coming back home tomorrow. So I'll go ahead and download that, but here I can do this. Jesus Christ, what the hell happened with... What happened? Okay. Let's see. There we go. Alright. We'll put this under here. And let me transform this. Put the screen. There we go. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. I don't have it installed because I just got a new PC rig, so. But let's see.
I see.
Does that work? Oh, are you talking to... Yeah, I bought that Ghostbusters game, bro. But yeah, this game's pretty cool. Like you have a base of operation, but the contracts are pretty cool and stuff, and so are the entities. But it's like Phasmophobia, but you also go through the steps of exorcising the ghosts and stuff like that afterwards. Like, here's the picture of that gun that's like the fucking Ghostbusters. Like, it doesn't grapple them or anything, it just makes them poof. But it still looks, it's still pretty cool, and I don't remember how much, I think I only paid like $10 for it. Oh shit, yeah. It's like $8.39 on sale right now. Oh, it's funny, you can customize the exorcism book because you'll... So, like mine, when I read from the exorcism book, I read the first verse from Sir Mix-a-Lot's I Like Big Butts. But yeah, I'll be playing that game more with the wife. We've been playing it, but she's been out of town visiting her sister and her mother. and I got to stay home. Partly because we couldn't afford it, and also because we have a lot of animals. I have 3 bunnies, there's 3 cats, and then I have the husky too. So we're not really in a position where we can both just kind of take off for a while. We're limited because we only got a PS5. Oh shit, I can still play stuff with you though. I mean, there should be games that are cross platform or whatever. I've mainly just like got on PC, and initially I didn't spend a lot on my first rig. I got a gaming laptop for like, I think it was like $400 or $500. I mean, it is the price of a console, but it wasn't that bad. And that held me over for a while because mainly I play a lot of indie games. Like, here, I'll do the screen share thing again. But I play a lot of indie games, like this Bears in Space is pretty fun. There's that one I was just playing, Enderal. Like The Killing Antidote is pretty cool. I mean, it's little goony. But Nightmare Reaper is dope. I like playing these old school games, man. There really is a video game renaissance going on the PC side, at least. Like, if you can get away from the restraints of consoles, I would highly advise it. But you don't even need anything that's gonna, like... Because a lot of the indie games, I don't know, there's a lot of cool stuff. Like, this Turbo Overkill one is really cool. And then... this Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, this one's really dope. I've been playing this
There is a dream that haunts
I just kind of try to play a little bit of games at a time, just kind of
a most dreadful.
But this one's basically like Skyrim. But it's not like that Enderal game where it's built from Skyrim. This is entirely its own thing. Like, they built all their own assets. And I don't know why this shit's freezing up. Oh, because of that.
There is a dream that haunts me. A most dreadful nightmare, truly. It tears at me.
Like, this game is a little more graphically demanding.
The fortress of stone and valor, which I struggled to build.
This one's like a cool one because it takes place in a
is now slowly crumbling into ruin.
Game universe too.
The land caught in a perpetual autumn yields to decay.
See, stuff like this is really cool, but when they try
A
to give you
futile
this
sacrifice
crap like
remains
Avowed,
ensnared deep within the horns of the
which I
serpent.
used to really like Obsidian, but I know that companies are made by the people
A
within,
shield,
and all the people who
now
worked on my
weakened,
favorite
cracked
Obsidian
by
games
time,
are long gone. from that
fails
fucking
to
studio.
protect my people. A profound betrayal has befallen those most loyal, yielding only despair.
Yeah, this game's dope as shit.
I am left paralyzed.
It's hard too.
Powerless.
Definitely not easy.
Not more than a weakness. My people, my legacy, everything is collapsing.
But basically, like in this game, you're trying to
They hailed me as the once and future king.
prevent
Only
King
now do I
Arthur from
understand
returning from the grave or
the
something.
horror of that title.
Yeah. I need to get on to work on my fucking comic stuff. It's just so fucking hard, man. I don't get along with computers at all, for the most part. I mean, I was fighting earlier today. I was wanting to play fucking Oblivion and mod it, but fucking the Vortex mod manager, for whatever reason, just decides that it's just not gonna work correctly. And like all the shit I was reading on how to fix it to make it work, it's like you gotta like redo this, and I was like, this is all tech geeky shit, you know. I can handle basic shit. Like for this Enderal game, I went in, and because I noticed that they didn't have my resolution, it capped off at like 1280 920 or something like that. So I know well enough to know like, hey, I can go into this configuration file, and right there I can look and see I can change the resolution and save that. I know little stuff, but like the bigger stuff they're asking me to do is like, no thank you. That's too much work to play a video game. But I got some cool stuff going on. Let me see here. Like as far as art and stuff goes, I got Carlos. We're gonna start working on kind of it's a spin-off series, but I have two they're not federal agents, they're FUDs. They're members of the Federal Union of Detectives. So instead of feds, they're FUDs. I thought it would be funny. But anyways, it's going to be about them, you know, taking cases, kind of, each issue would be like a different case they get assigned to, and they just investigate the weird and supernatural. Whether it be like folklore shit, ghosts, or demons, or aliens, or maybe just really weird people. Maybe he goes and visits the fucking whites in West Virginia. Fucking Jesco. Yeah, you know about that? You know about... Let's see. You should know about the whites. Of all people. This is our culture here. Let me pull up there we go.
And I took the butcher knife and put it up to her neck. I said, if you want to live to see tomorrow, you better start frying them eggs a little bit better than what you're frying. And I'm tired of eating sloppy, slimy eggs.
The Dancing Outlaw. Here we go. We'll watch this one too.
First time I got in trouble in my life, in my younger days, is breaking in a grocery store.
My dad's from West Virginia.
I was sniffing a lot of gasoline at the time and lighter fluid, and I just didn't care where I lived or not, as long as I was happy and had my pocket full, you know,
I kind of like
to share
buck
the world
dancing,
any way
too.
I could get
Buck
it.
dancing's pretty cool.
I broke into the store
I
just
don't
to
know
get
if
lighter
that's
fluid
exactly
sniffed.
what they're doing.
And that's one reason the woman knew that I did it, and I was guilty for what I done. I gave myself away when I stole that case of lighter fluid because my father went there and told her not to sell it to me because I was sniffing it. Now, Deputy Sheriff Boyd Jones was his name.
Yeah, he got one.
He came up, knocked on my mother's door. He said, Miss White, I got a warrant for Jesco for breaking in. And he said, is he here? And she said, yes, sir, he is.
I mean,
she was a crying as he's handcuffed me, you know, and put me in the car.
if you go back and you look at what happened to this dude when he was a kid, like how his fucking father was killed. His father was drugged from a pickup truck by a fucking rope by a bunch of drunk rednecks who made him dance himself to death, essentially. Like, it's fucking horrific, man. Like, I don't know. What do people expect to happen to come out of situations like that? Like, I know we're laughing about it. It is funny, but I hope folks understand the larger picture as well. Like, these things don't exist in a vacuum. But yeah, sadly, I'm getting ready to hop off of here, man. I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours, but I gotta get some stuff taken care of around the house and get the animals fed and stuff like that. But I'll probably be streaming later on. If you want to come hang out, that'd be cool. Alright, laters.